Hello fellas, hello fellayettes. Welcome to another gaming episode of Lord Don A's Gaming Chronicles. Today, I'm looking at an episode of Days Gone where it kind of showcases how I take out the horde of about 100 to 150, if not 200 or even 300 super zombies chasing at you, wanting to piece you, wanting to cut you into pieces and eat up your flesh and all that crappy crap. Now, it hasn't actually started now. I'm just entering into the arena. For those that know the game or watched the trailer, the main selling point, let me say selling point, the major selling point of the game is the fact that zombies, you know, with the concept of World War Z rated kind of zombies pursue and chase at you. These zombies are like, you know, kind of shot up some juice from Sonic, Superman, and Usain Bolt combined. Like they have the flash laced in them, in the probably whatever it is they snorted or whatever serum or viral breakout kind of gave them that such superpowers to pursue you. So now the game has started as you look at it now, because you would know when you see a sea of zombie heads running at you, trying to cut you and kill you off. Monstrous elements. But I would advise, and I'm sure you probably will, even thinking about it, you realize that you have to kind of upgrade your skills, your range skills, your health capacity, your stamina capacity. If you look at the bottom left corner of the screen, the blue bars indicates the stamina, and the green one is for the health. So you want to make sure that you kind of expand that, and the best way to do that is early on in the game when you start out. Like they be like side missions, so you kind of go to all these research sites scattered all over the game world. They call them, they have this narrow kind of brandished on the walls. It's called the narrow research black site. So you need to somewhere in the game you'll see where I'll kind of run past one of them, and you'll see. So these sites contain serums where you kind of need to go to expand your health bar, or increase your health capacity, your stamina, and your focus. The focus is what you toggle to kind of enhance your accuracy when you shoot for ranged weapons. So when you shoot, it kind of slows the concept of time, so it makes you get enough damage, and, you know, take out as much enemies as zombies running at you as much as possible. Let's just see what I did here. You see, I kind of initially, when I first started out, I wanted to do mine in a freeway where I can know what's coming at me, but that was kind of overtaken by, and the purpose was defeated by the fact that, you know, the zombies are pretty smart. The AI is pretty high up there, so they kind of flank you from the left, from the right, so you don't really have options to really put in enough damage or good enough damage and have leverage. But so, because initially my concern for being in clustered places with corners and obstructions where, you know, you could, and like I said, the game never gives you time to really think. It keeps you on edge, so it's like a split-second decision as you running. Your brain keeps your mind jarring, your brain jarring. So in the process of trying to escape or gain pace or get some leverage on the zombies, you know, by trying to keep a distance and gain pace on them, you know, sometimes you can run into a dead end. When you run into that dead end, it kind of exposes you to attack, and they kind of take you out and kill you off, like several occasions. As you would see as you watch on, where I kind of encountered a dead end and I had to kind of roll out of it, like barrel roll out of it some more, you know. And so I discovered that it's kind of better to take them on their like residential area where they stay, you know, like all the closely packed places with, you know, narrow passages and fences and obstructions and little holes where you have to run through and break into, and, you know, all that. It might not look like the best option because I mean, when you think about the concept of, you know, running in a free, wide environment means, you know, you're gonna have the space to run. But the flip side of it is when you get tired, because the stamina of Dickinson John kind of depletes somewhat. When it depletes, you start to trudge and drag along, which makes the zombies gain on you. And once they gain on you, you obviously want to make sure that you are actually scaling over a fence or passing through a narrow passage where, you know, a few numbers of these zombies, you know, come at you. So, which enables you and gives you more leverage to, I mean, you know, carry out more damage and get less attacked. So, there you have it. So, that's the good and I think advantageous side of playing in a clustered arena compared to as against being in a wide open arena where you have freedom to run about and run. But it's like a mix and match basically. Like, it's not really totally clustered. Like, it's like a kind of life is what you make it situation. Like, sometimes I run out in the open, sometimes I go to clustered places with narrow passages so I can run through. So I kind of reduce the heat in me. And I also discovered something like, as this zombies chase you, if you keep running and you get to a level where they kind of feel tired and they get disinterested in chasing you, that most of the time is always maybe during daytime, and because daytime is when they probably go to sleep or they're not really active. They're kind of okay, and they're kind of they're not really kind of active, so they probably want to hibernate at the time. So according to the game, even when you see from the game, they're always mostly active at night, because of the weather. The weather's kind of cool and all that, so they kind of trying to take on them and all that. So in my arsenal, I made sure I had my weapons of mass destruction, which has a maximum count of 5. So you want to get your grenades stacked up, you want to get your Molotov stacked up, and your pipe bombs, and it gives you avenues for crafting them. It's just basically to make sure you're packing heavy arsenal though, because they don't give up. They're like a woman who's been starved. If you notice, I often kind of chill, and I kind of, when I'm kind of cornered or something, or it looks like I'm running out of steam in terms of my stamina and all that, I kind of like to run into corners where I have to scale through and, you know, jump, so it slows them down. See what I'm saying? Like, that's the focus of Activator right now. There's some shooting them, so you need to also get that top. If you don't get that top, then you just probably playing yourself out. You know, being a survival game, it doesn't really give you many options for ammunition. So if you've noticed, I always kind of have this looped run. Like, I try to maintain a circuit where I kind of run to my bike to restock up on ammunition and bullets and come back again. You know, being a survival game, that just signifies the fact that, you know, it doesn't really give you many options for many things, because everything is like every resource or material you get is a big deal, because there's supposed to be like a scarcity of, you know, all of these. So you definitely want to, at the earlier stages of the game, upgrade your bike, with emphasis on the saddlebags, which pack the ammunition and hold the ammunition. You want to get like 2 or 3 of it. See, that's the dead end I was talking to you about. Like, so I encountered it, kind of slapped in the swat. So if your health is pretty much low, or your health capacity rather is minimal, 2 or 3 slaps from them can probably take you out, and you can get rushed. So the most important thing is to ensure that you're just very much prepared, because, and I kind of like the fact that it kind of lets you kind of plan strategically and tactfully. Like, you have to employ some element of tactics too. So it's not just a run and gun. You just have to really, okay, the zombies are coming this way at me, and they're coming that way at me, so I probably have to lay a proximity mine here, or I'll wait for them, I'll wait to make sure I gain some pace on them, whereby I see them like a meter or two away from me, trying to gain on me. Then I'm trying to toss the grenade and make sure I don't toss it too early or toss it too late, to make sure that it really, that's at the time I kind of toss it before it goes off. About 15 to 20 of the zombies have run over it at the time of explosion. That is me trying to replenish them and restock on my ammunition, and it doesn't really give you much options. I mean, the bullets in the chamber are probably 55 thereabout, plus the ammunition itself is about 270 something, so it's not really much. But that's against that's but because of the conditions of my weapons, a bullet or two kind of does a lot of damage, like killing them basically. So you also want to work on that. That's why I told you that it's very, very paramount to your success in taking out the Horde, because I discovered that if you have a level 1 or level 2 weapon, no matter the name, even if it's an AR or an automatic rifle or a gun, that maybe a shotgun or a mini shotgun, still not going to do enough damage to take out, you know, it's not the efficacy of the damage is just going to be nothing to write home about. See, that's the narrow research facility that contains that serum I was telling you about, that where you kind of expand your health and your stamina and your focus. So I just run past it now. So you see me taking the stairs now. The stairs to kind of slow them down, because if I kept running on a straight line course, they probably would have caught up to me. That's me activating focus and taking them out and shooting them. You see them trying to flank me. That's what I kind of like about the game. It kind of gave this AI element where they're kind of smart. So, I mean, I kind of like the fact that, you know, the game then puts, what's it called now, the reverse button to let you know what's coming behind you. So you basically have to tilt the stick to see, you know, how much the zombies are gaining on you, basically. I just kind of like it. It just kind of keeps you on your toes, basically. It just kind of makes you like aware that, okay, some guys are chasing you and wanting to kill you, and they're mindless freaks. They all they know is flesh. And at the same time, you see what's going on here right now. I've kind of gained enough pace on them. Now I want to make sure that I don't drift too far or far off. So I mean, so that they don't kind of lose interest and just forget that they were chasing me. Because sometimes when it gets to that, you have to go there and excite them again and begin the, you know, the cycle of runs again. At this point in time now, I'm kind of far away from my motorcycle, but it's because I've probably used up all the ammunition in my saddlebags. See, that's me throwing the grenade. See, it's a timed situation. You don't wanna be too early, whereby you don't hit the target, and you don't want to be too late, whereby they already run past it and it goes off. So it's like it's a thing, you know. I don't know how to explain it, basically. But every real gamer knows, like what I just touched right now has no effect. So I'm saying they're so fast. I probably should have tossed that one close to me, because they probably, on my taking off, they probably would have gone off on them with respect to time, and that's done. So there you have it. I mean, I still have a video of the first one. The first one's more interesting and more engaging than this one, though. But this is basically it in the nutshell. So if you kind of liked this video, you can like it and subscribe to my channel for more, you know, aspects of games that can be quite challenging, not just exclusive to Days Gone, but others too. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.